Our scope of intervention would be from fabric, cutting, sewing, production planning, quality control, quality audit, industrial engineering, maintenance, finishing and packing to dispatch. For module-based, we have middle management training that includes industrial engineering training, supervisory training, and quality controllers training. Few of our unique training programs under middle management are training of trainers for operators, non-operators and checkers, cost per minute implementation, and establishment of performance monitoring system. We are currently working with 25 clients serving more than 40 brands located around 8 countries. Also, our mentionable collaborations are with International Trade Center and USA. Now let's look into the results we have achieved. Skylift Consulting has successfully created 415 trainers, 18,776 workers, 168 supervisors, 220 industrial engineers, and 87 quality controllers. Our success percentage for improvement of existing factories over 25 clients is 92, and for new and module-based over 42 programs is 100. Apart from management consulting, Skylift along with Honeywell Creations have stepped foot into a brand new venture, Skylift, that is training digitization, where you can access all our training materials, learn at ease at your location through our online website, which is cost effective. Our training materials include cost per minute, quality management system, training of trainers for operators and non-operators, industrial engineering training, supervisory training, quality controllers training, and top senior management training for factory management. To know more details about us, our services, training materials, recent happenings, expert team, our clients, and client testimonials, check out our website at www.skylift.co.in. To collaborate and make a new change, do contact us and we will be happy to serve you. Thank you. Hello everyone. This AV will give you a brief about Skylift Consulting. It is a partnership firm established in India in 2016, engaging in business management consulting for performance enhancement of apparel industries, aiming at efficiency improvement and cost reduction. We expertise in woven garment industries, knitwear industries, and made-ups. Coming to services, we have complete garment factory program and module-based program for garment industries. We offer complete garment factory program for existing factories and new factories, under which our scope of intervention would be from fabric, cutting, sewing, production planning, quality control, quality audit, industrial engineering, maintenance, finishing and packing to dispatch. For module-based, we have middle management training that includes industrial engineering training, supervisory training, and quality controllers training. Few of our unique training programs under middle management are training of trainers for operators, non-operators and checkers, cost per minute implementation, and establishment of performance monitoring system. We are currently working with 25 clients serving more than 40 brands located around 8 countries. Also, our mentionable collaborations are with International Trade Center and USA. Now let's look into the results we have achieved. Skylift Consulting has successfully created 415 trainers, 18,776 workers, 168 supervisors, 220 industrial engineers, and 87 quality controllers. Our success percentage for improvement of existing factories over 25 clients is 92, and for new and module-based over 42 programs is 100. Apart from management consulting, Skylift along with Honeywell Creations have stepped foot into a brand new venture, Skylift, that is training digitization, where you can access all our training materials, Learn at ease at your location through our online website, which is cost effective. Our training materials include cost per minute, quality management system, training of trainers for operators and non-operators, industrial engineering training, supervisory training, quality controllers training, and top senior management training for factory management. To know more details about us, our services, training materials, recent happenings, expert team, our clients, and client testimonials, check out our website at www.skylift.co.in. To collaborate and make a new change, do contact us and we will be happy to serve you. Thank you. Hello everyone. This AV will give you a brief about Skylift Consulting. It is a partnership firm established in India in 2016, engaging in business management consulting for performance enhancement of apparel industries, aiming at efficiency improvement and cost reduction. We expertise in woven garment industries, knitwear industries, and made-ups. Coming to services, we have complete garment factory program and module-based program for garment industries. We offer complete garment factory program for existing factories and new factories, under which our scope of intervention would be from fabric, cutting, sewing, production planning, quality control, quality audit, industrial engineering, maintenance, finishing and packing to dispatch. For module-based, we have middle management training that includes industrial engineering training, supervisory training, and quality controllers training. Few of our unique training programs under middle management are training of trainers for operators, non-operators and checkers, cost per minute implementation, and establishment of performance monitoring system. We are currently working with 25 clients serving more than 40 brands located around 8 countries. Also, our mentionable collaborations are with International Trade Center and USA. Now let's look into the results we have achieved. Skylift Consulting has successfully created 415 trainers, 18,776 workers, 168 supervisors, 220 industrial engineers, and 87 quality controllers. Our success percentage for improvement of existing factories over 25 clients is 92, and for new and module-based over 42 programs is 100. Apart from management consulting, Skylift, along with Honeywell Creations, have stepped foot into a brand new venture, eSkylift, that is training digitization, where you can access all our training materials, learn at ease at your location through our online website, which is cost effective. Our training materials include cost per minute, quality management system, training of trainers for operators and non-operators, industrial engineering training, supervisory training, quality controllers training, and top senior management training for factory management. To know more details about us, our services, training materials, recent happenings, expert team, our clients, and client testimonials, check out our website at www.skylift.co.in. To collaborate and make a new change, do contact us and we will be happy to serve you. Thank you. Hello everyone. This AV will give you a brief about Skylift Consulting. It is a partnership firm established in India in 2016, engaging in business management consulting for performance enhancement of apparel industries, aiming at efficiency improvement and cost reduction. We expertise in woven garment industries, knitwear industries, and made-ups. Coming to services, we have complete garment factory program and module-based program for garment industries. We offer complete government factory program for existing factories and new factories, under which our scope of intervention would be from fabric, cutting, sewing, production planning, quality control, quality audit, industrial engineering, maintenance, finishing and packing to dispatch. For module based, we have middle management training that includes industrial engineering training, supervisory training, and quality controllers training. Few of our unique training programs under middle management.
Hello, good afternoon, Honorable here. I'm happy to conduct another session today afternoon. So it's a pleasure meeting you once again. Thanks for watching the live streaming. I'm very sure this particular session also will be a great use to the participants, to the viewers. With this introduction, I would like to get into the session. Of course, as always, like we always start with the quote. In times of great stress or adversity, it's always best to keep busy, to plow our anger, to plow your anger and your energy into something positive. So let us use this particular opportunity, this particular time to ensure we are coming out positively by learning new things, which is available in the business, and keeping ourselves positive. So that should be the intention. So in this particular session, I would like to give you a brief about the registrations we had. Almost we have around 135 registration for this particular session, and there are participants from 6 countries. The profile of the participants are right from factory management, of course HR professionals, and the students of the apparel industry also. As the registration is quite higher, and those who are not getting the link to get into Zoom app, they can watch the live streaming of our page, Skylift Consulting page. So you can go to the YouTube and search for Skylift Consulting, then you can watch the live streaming also. I would like to give a few notes about this particular Zoom app. To make it interactive, there is a Q&A box in the bottom of your screen. So if you have any query, please do it in the writing in that Q&A box. After every session, there will be 3 sessions we'll be discussing today in HR. So after every sessions, I will answer 2 or 3 queries to the participants. And then if time permits, of course, I allow the people also to ask question. So I can unmute the audio from here so that you can raise the question, and then I try my best to answer. Finally, once the session is over, when you're exiting, then definitely you'll be having a survey link. Please give your comments so that we can improve our performance in the forthcoming presentations. Thank you. So I would like to give a small brief about the team worked in this particular session. Mr. Lokanathan, he is associate consultant. He is taking care of HR activities in our consulting firm, and then he's engaging with some HR projects. So he has developed in putting together the materials and helping me in ensuring like that I would be delivering the presentation to the best to you. Yes, myself, of course, Nanda Kumar. I am a managing partner of Skylift Consulting. Let us discuss on the topics which we would be covering in this particular session. Before getting into the session, I would like to give you some brief about the human resource. Uh, Everyone knows apparel industry is a labor-driven industry. So the skill of the manpower is crucial. So we have to have motivated employees inside the company. So if you want to have motivated employees, of course, remuneration is a part, but the HR department plays a major role in ensuring that people are highly motivated in the government factories. So HR department plays a major role. The topic which I am talking about HR is they are really taking care of the welfare of the employees. I'm not talking any admin part into it, okay? So that's a core HR. So they have a lot of responsibilities to ensure they would be like a bridging gap between the management and employees. They are ensuring like people are motivated and management also quite happy about the employees' performance. So in this regard, and then during this kind of recession time, when the business is coming back to normal, hopefully in next few days, so HR plays a major role in ensuring people are getting or highly motivated when they come back to work, and then they should encourage the people to work with high spirit once the COVID-19 pandemic is over. So with this introduction, I would like to explain what topics we'll be covering on this particular day. Their responsibilities would be varying. There are a lot of responsibilities, but in this particular session, I would like to talk only on 3 topics, which we feel it is very important, and we have certain case studies in one topic also. First one is the grievance handling mechanism. This grievance handling mechanism is, of course, most of the factories are having it. If the factory is a compliance certified, then definitely it would be a part of it. But what I'm talking is a real core grievance handling mechanism, how you can make it effective in your factory. The next one is the workforce training. The workforce I'm talking about not only laborers, I'm talking entire employees, that is including the staff. In this particular session, we'll be giving more focus into the staff training only. So why the staff training is important? The staff training, workforce training is predominantly happening in mechanical and automobile industry, but unfortunately in textile and apparel industry, it's very limited. Only big corporates are doing it. But there is a hidden benefits available behind the workforce training that we will be discussing in detail. And finally, everyone used to think how we can make the appraisal in our company once in a year. Once in a year, everybody is looking for appraisal. Of course, the management also giving increment to their to the remuneration what they're getting. But how to make it performance-based? Is there some way? So I'll just give you some tips, because performance-based appraisal is a big topic that itself would take 5 to 6 hours to discuss. But I'll just give you some glimpse, some methodology, how you can develop that methodology in your factory. Okay, with this introduction, I would like to start the session. Hope it will be interesting for you. Yes, we'll start with grievance handling mechanism. Normally, what would be the expectation of employee from the organization? There are only few expectations which we have listed. First of all, there should be a respect. Whoever inside the company, they feel, yes, we have been treated well. We are being respected very well inside the organization. That attitude everyone should have. So first of all, it's a respect. Then equality. Equality, what I'm talking about is both in terms of gender equality, and the next one is whatever the hierarchy, everyone should be respected equal. Of course, the factory managers or general manager position will be completely different from the operator. I'm not denying that. But when they have been treated normally, then everyone has to be treated in an equal manner. I have seen this in a few factories, mostly in Sri Lanka. Even the CEO and general manager will be having the food only in the canteen. Only the canteen food they will be having. There is no separate desk or anything. So I have not seen this kind of case in many factories, except 1 or 2 clients which we are working in Bangalore. So that equality is important. Equality is one of the core expectations of the employees. Then safety, yes. Everyone should feel, yes, we are working in a safe environment, and then we are safe if we are working here. And the communication, what I mean is, most of the industries, normally the communication happens from top to bottom. It always happens. Procedures, policies, or you have to do in this way, you have to work in this way. So all kind of instructions normally used to flow from top to bottom. But is there any mechanism which is really getting a query or getting communicated from the bottom level people to the top level people is a big question. So that communication should be enabled. That is also one of the expectations of the employees. Then the next one is recognition. Everyone is looking for recognition, no doubt in that. So if a person is performing, then they should be recognized in on time. That is a major point. They should be recognized on time, and of course in a very positive way. So that is also one of the expectations. And finally, it is a remuneration. I go, this remuneration would be the least one. The reason I'm saying, people always say that like people would shift to other company if they get better salary. Yes, I agree, no doubt. But they will go to the other company for meager salary if they are not getting these kind of expectation met from the factory. So if they met all these expectations, then remuneration would be the last. But that is important. I'm not denying it. More than the remuneration, other expectations are crucial. Okay, we have seen the expectations. Let us understand if the expectations are not met. For example, as an employee, I feel I'm not recognized. The company is not recognizing my work if I'm feeling it. So what will happen? Let us understand the chain of events in this. First of all, it leads to dissatisfaction, because nobody wants to fight if the expectations are not met, because everybody is having their own problem and then they don't want to do it also. So what happens is, when you feel your expectations are not met in any way, then you feel dissatisfied working in the company. When you are dissatisfied, then it becomes grievance. When you are dissatisfied, you know what happens? Like, you would be starting to share this point with your peers. See, I have done this much of work, but the company is not recognizing me. They are not giving me good salary. They are not treating me well. So what happens is, it becomes a grievance. Once the grievance starts, automatically the trust level will broke. So they don't feel like they are quite attached. Normally it happens, no, why I need to do all this work? Anyhow, they are not recognizing me. So this kind of mindset would come to the employee. That's what I'm saying. The trust between the employer and employee would break in this scenario. Because of this, absenteeism would happen. People would lose interest in going to the company. So it's their wish. They feel like, if I would like to go, I would go, because they are feeling like, I don't have any commitment to do that. They are just keeping all their commitment away, and then they start to work on their own wish. If it continues further, they will leave the company. That's attrition. So what I'm trying to say is, we have to stop this when it is in the grievance stage, because there is a stage you can see. So we have to stop in the second stage itself. If the employee got grievance, then the grievance should be addressed on time and quickly. Okay, so this is what we are going to discuss now. Who would be the right person? We always say welfare officer. Yes, as per the complaint also, you have to have some welfare officer. So welfare officer is the right person. Most of the company feel, why I need to have welfare officer? I may have my factory manager or general manager or a production manager, because production manager would be interacting all the time with the employees. So they would feel like, why I can have the production manager to get the grievance. See, please note, it's not practically possible. Production manager will be having lots of commitments. When they have lots of commitments, so what happens is, people won't be giving enough time to listen to the grievance completely, and moreover, they don't have time to rectify the grievance also. So please don't allot any person from your factory in terms of core for factory team or core production team to listen to the grievance. That won't practically work. Okay, so always have a welfare officer. We prefer like any person to have completed MSW and have minimum 2 to 3 years of experience can be a better welfare officer. I prefer ladies. Ladies would do a welfare of activity much better. I'm not talking about gender bias here, but normally they have the passions to speak to them, and then ladies can open up their problems more comfortably with the girls than the boys. So ladies can be a correct people, they can be deputed as a welfare officer inside the factory. Okay, so hope you got about the welfare officer. Please ensure you're selecting the welfare officer correctly. That plays everything. Okay, next question is how welfare officers should work. Broadly, there are a lot of responsibilities that we will discuss, but however, how that welfare officer work. The only goal or the only objective should be the person should bridge the gap between the management and employees. Employee, I mean till the general manager, everybody is employees. Okay, so that person has to bridge the gap between the management and the employee. That should be that is the main objective. Here I have given a systematic way of grievance handling with employees. As I told, anything you do, there should be a procedure. Without procedure, don't try anything. If you try anything without procedure or without SOP, it won't sustain. So please always have a clear process on the standard operating procedure so that it would continue even if the person is leaving the company. Okay, the first point is receiving the grievance from employees. How can we receive the grievance? Normally through in compliance part, what happens is you will be having a suggestion box. People will be coming and putting their suggestions. That is fine. Okay, I feel that's outdated. That's needed, but that's outdated. So two ways you can get the grievance. The welfare officer have to do individual counseling with the employees. Initially, nobody would open the work. People would say that like, why I need to answer? Anyhow they won't clear the grievance, why I need to share it? This kind of attitude people would be having. So initially any employee would resist to share the grievance with the welfare officer. But that's why I'm saying please have individual counseling. For example, if a factory is having around 400 people, for easy calculation, let's have around 300 people, and then if they're working 30 days, then every day 10% should be individually counseled, or that person should be understood in terms of grievance. What happens is like when you're interacting with any individual person, nobody would open up. It would take minimum 5 to 7 minutes to generate a discussion. First, you have to ask like, what's your name, what your family is doing, how is the business, how is the work going here, is there anybody else is earning in your company? You can ask all the questions to make the employee quite comfortable in speaking to you. Then only you can start to get the grievance. Then only the grievance would come out. That's why I'm saying whenever you're initiating grievance handling, don't expect the employee to come and tell you. You go to them, please have individual counseling and make them to speak. So that is the art. And second, once you make this system, then slowly the grievance would start. So the second thing would be regularly go around the factory, all the areas. For example, during the working time, you can go there, and during the lunchtime, you can go to the canteen, and then you can go somewhere near to the restroom and then see the grievance. So please ensure you are running around the factory so that people would be giving a valid grievance if they have. So these are all the two ways we always suggest to. Once you take the grievance, the next step would be record the grievance in detail with signature of the employee. This is more crucial. As I'm sharing with you here, everybody is getting grievance, but employee should feel yes, yes, the management is serious about it. So when it will happen is when you're saying that yes, please write your grievance and sign it so that I will ensure I'll complete it. But please give them confident that it is a confidential information. It won't be shared with anybody. So employee would feel like, okay, my grievance is cleared, and then they are taking it seriously. So please always take a signature of the employee. Most of the cases, if the issue is quite sensitive, leave it. But 95% it won't be sensitive. It will be a general one. Please get a signature from the employee whenever you are getting the grievance. And the third step would be advise the commitment date to resolve the grievance. Whenever you are getting a grievance from them, if you know when it can be rectified. For example, I need a better cleaning in toilet. That can be a grievance. You can give a commitment date, no issue. I will speak to the respective team, and hopefully within 3 days, what's your expectation? That would be definitely fulfilled. You can give a kind of commitment date to them. Please give a commitment date. You're saying you're responsible on that. Okay. And if you can't give commitment date on that spot, say that I will discuss with the management. I'll let you know when this issue will be sorted out. Something related to finance, you need to get commitment from your management. For example, you have to plan a drinking water facility. They are demanding it at particular area. So you go back to the management, come back and tell in this particular date it should be cleared. Before that, I think I missed one point. Check for the grievance to be sorted out. Initially, again, I'm saying whenever you are asking the grievance to the employees, if you're serious, if you can able to make some good contact, grievance would be more logical. And then when they inform you the grievance, please ensure whether the grievance is a valid one. Most of the time, what happens is like it's a kind of blame him. The supervisor is scolding me, or the industrial engineer is scolding me. These kind of grievance would come. Please understand. But you have to understand and justify whether it is right or wrong. Once you make your own judgment, then you have to convince the person who have raised the grievance also. See, please note, yes, I understood you have a problem, but there is a problem from your side also. You should please ensure like you are also adopting to that particular person in a better way. So you just try to give them some advice. Don't close it at all. The person always try to make the employee understand why I can't take the grievance also, if in any case if you can't take it. Okay, so in this case, please ensure whatever the grievance you are taking, give a commitment date, and then once the commitment date is fulfilled, once the grievance is fulfilled, please report to the employee. Say that, see, you have raised this concern, I spoke to the management, they accepted it, now you can see it has been cleared. You can verify and come back and sign it also. Please get a signature. They feel confident. Okay, they feel, yes, okay, I have asked for something, they are coming back and informing, yes, it has been done. They feel quite pride. Okay. And sometimes it happens. You might have given some commitment date, but unfortunately, due to certain issues, management could not do it on time. Again, go back to them, say that like you asked for, I gave a commitment date, but unfortunately it has not been done, but it will be done in few days. That's fine. What they need is respect. If I raise something, there should be a reply from the management. That's their only expectation. So this is the systematic way I propose any grievance handling should happen. Let's come back to the types of grievance. Normally what happens is whenever we go for types of grievance or what kind of grievance would come, people would say, so everyone will ask about salary. They demand more salary. I say definitely not. It's not the case. Okay. Initially, they may question like that, but if you make the grievance handling in a more systematic and professional way, if you make them understand the importance of it, then definitely I assure 10 to 15% should be the only financial related grievance. I assure, because we have the case study, only 10 to 15% should be financial. Remaining 85% and 90% should be non-financial incentive, like cleaning. It's not clean. I need some better facility. I need a better environment. For example, the air conditioner in the production floor is not working. I'm not getting I don't have a proper fan in my area, so I'm not getting ventilation. Only these kind of grievance would come. So you can what you say, kind of confidently execute the grievance, so that this is real situation. How you can carry out the grievance also, it has been given. Already I told what is the methodology you follow, but you keep a commitment date. That is very, very important. For example, you would be getting the receiving the grievance from different areas, you'll be recording it, but always have a deadline for any internal grievance. Internal grievance means the grievance which can be sorted out inside the factory. Please do it in 2 days. Please have a fixed timeline. If it is any external grievance where the management intervention is needed, where the financial intervention is needed, you can ask for 6 days. You can fix the time limit for your factory. But please note, if it is not getting cleared on time, or if it is delayed anywhere from the factory, the welfare officer should escalate that issue to the top management to clear it. Okay, that is the major point. The next one, yes, we talked about the grievance handling MIS and mechanism, but I would like to share one grievance handling sheet. For example, what we are following in few of our factories. Okay, so hope you would be getting this particular sheet. Yeah. So this is one of our client. Okay, we are doing this grievance handling mechanism in few factories. So what it happens is, here you are recordically maintaining the type of grievance you are getting every month, and then you are monitoring whether the grievance has been drastically reducing every month. That is a crucial point. For example, in January month, in that particular factory, these are all the grievance they got. Okay, 31.7% of the people they were demanding for stool for checkers. Okay, and 35% grievance is ESI dispensary. 9.5% people demanding ESI card. 4% they are demanding like need proper lighting in their checking area. So if you look into that, mostly it's a non-financial grievance only. Okay, they just need better facilities, or they are demanding what is supposed to give to them. Okay, and next you can see like what would be the average grievance coming per worker in each department. For example, finishing department is having 2 queries every per worker. This is a scenario. But if you take overall percentage, out of 100, 35.9% of the people are having grievance inside the factory. It's a big number. Okay, that is a point. And then when you move to February, you should ensure like that particular grievance should has been zero, should be zero. Definitely the other grievance would come. For example, lunch bag stand they need better hand wash facility. So these are all the demands. So if you look into that, this is how you have to track, and then this should be regularly reviewed with the top management to ensure the grievance have been sorted out on time. Okay, so I would like to share one case study. After that, I would like to go to question and answer session. So this is what we have achieved. This grievance, you can see how much it is impacting the other key performance indicators. Normally, while we are initiating this particular tool, the grievance, almost 35% of the workers were having grievance. After that, it has been reduced to 3.2%. It's almost 8 months duration. But because of this, the informed leave was only 35. It has been increased to 92.3. Absenteeism, there is not much different, but there is a big difference in informed leave. It has been reduced from 12.3% to 10.4%, and monthly attrition also there is a big change. It has been reduced from 6.2 to 3.35. So now you understand the importance of the grievance handling in your factory. So I will be happy to answer question, and then I will go to the question and answer session, and then I will see if anybody is having question. Okay. First of all, I think Mr. Naveen Kumar asks, sir, if you can you speak local language? Please, as I told you, there are people from other countries also. I'm really sorry I could not able to speak in local language. Hope you understand. Okay. In stage 1, the welfare officer should be doing a report building. Counseling is not the right way. Counseling is required only when someone is having a concern and need to be addressed. Great, Mr. Devados, I completely agree with you. Of course, he's a legend. Maybe I didn't use the term properly. They should have work on to create the rapport only with the employees to understand them much better. Okay, great. So thanks for your suggestion. In this case, I would like to move to the next presentation, training of workforce. As I told, it's a completely new thing for most of the industries except corporate one, as I am saying. Let us understand the benefits, why we need to have a workforce training across all the levels in the organization. First of all, to align employees towards organizational goal. Every organization is having a vision and mission. So the person should be aligned towards that. Most of the time, people doesn't know what's the organizational goal also. So it will help the people to align working towards. And another point is there is a high clarity on their job role. I have seen many of the factories in my surroundings. Like there are many factories are engaging or recruiting the people, but till the time the person is coming working for 3 months, he doesn't know what is his clear job responsibilities. The job role itself, it's not clear. He would be working in all the area, then suddenly the management person would be pushing them to carry out this particular task. So job role can be clearly defined when the person is coming under the training. Then definitely due to this, there will be a good positive environment around, and helping tendency among the employees. That is one of the major need in the industry, because if you are training somebody, then definitely the person would like to train somebody else also if they are being recruited in the company. If they are not very clear in the training, others would be helping each other, and then kind of good rapport would build between the departments also. So all this would result on better performance of the employees, and finally, the bond between the employee and company will be stronger. Yes, in this training, who should be covered? Please note, any people right from the senior management to the middle management should be covered, including the general manager. Everyone has to be covered under the training. Let me tell you why. The GM of the factory, the new GM, if he's coming inside, definitely he would be having enough knowledge, enough experience. But unless we know the organizational culture or structure, definitely it may collapse. That's why I'm saying everyone has to fall under the training. Then freshers are experienced. If you're getting freshers, it's mandatory. If you're getting experienced also, please ensure say, this is the way you have to work. Let me give you a difference why I am pushing it. For example, if I'm recruiting an industrial engineer, that particular person would be uh, would be uh, would be using, for example, bundle system in the previous factory. In this particular factory, some single piece flow is happening. Okay, so what happens if the person is not been trained under the training and explained why the system is being used? Then definitely he will go inside say that like this is not the right way. You should change it. It would completely collapse the environment. Whatever the grievance he is having in terms of system, that should be listened and clarified in the training itself. That's what my point is. Okay, hope it is clear. Then another one, new as well as existing people. Any person who is coming as a new person inside the company, that's fine. Even the existing people should have a regular training. I have seen this one of the corporate in Bangalore. They will conduct training every month. The factory manager or worked for more than 10 years, but the person is going for training every 3 days every month by different experts to keep themselves updated with the new systems and to keep them they are learning also. So everyone should be covered inside. Who can give the training? It happens whenever we are talking about the training. Who can give the training? It's always a big question. Normally what happens is only the HR person would give the training every time, but that's not a case. Or we would get the consultants to the training like us, but that's not a case. As I told you, can plan your internal people to give the training. For example, you can allot your quality manager to talk something about the basics of quality to the freshers. Let him train. It will create a good bond between the management and the junior people. So 80 to 85% of the training can be conducted by only the internal people. Even the top management can give a training to his subordinates. So these are all the expectations I have. This particular skill you should learn. You can adopt this particular, you have to follow in this particular way. So what happens is it's create a kind of good bond between them. And definitely for remaining 10 to 15 percentage, please go with external, because whatever you do, whenever you are bringing external person, then only you know what problem or what mistakes you are doing. So definitely external people also is needed, but 80-85 percentage you can use the internal person. Then what would be the training flow? This training flow is across any staff inside the organization, to be frank. First of all, induction. Induction is the first impression. So during the induction, if anybody is coming inside, how the induction should be? The induction should be conducted in such a way that the employee should feel confident or happy about working there. Okay, so most of the time induction happen like you would be talking only the procedures, policies, all these things, but that's not going to get a great impression for the employees. So always it should be conducted with the preview of employees' expectations only. Once you have done that, the second point would be the company policy and procedures and safety and welfare. So these are very crucial point, and then you can cover this. Whenever you are conducting a training, you have to check the understanding of what has been taught to them. That is very important. So please always have a test, simple test, to check whether they understood whatever has been told in the training. Checking and understanding is important. Then only the employee also would be quite serious about the training program. So these are all the preliminary steps. There are two more steps involved. Those are crucial. One is quality management system training that is specific to their job role, to their department, how they should function. And the final one is skill building, to ensure whatever the post you are allotting that person, the person is technically qualified, and then the person should have enough operational soft skills to carry out that particular task. We'll be discussing about this in detail in the next slides. training procedure. As I told, whenever I'm telling you quality management system, the person should know the vision and mission of the company. What is the organizational hierarchy? Who are there in the top management? Who are there in the middle? Who are there in the down management? So they should have a clear picture of the organizational hierarchy. And if the person is recruited for quality, he should know the target for that particular department or what activities that particular department would be doing. Then process flow and SOPs, because every department or anything happens through a proper process and SOP. So please ensure all the process would be clearly communicated to the employees. So let me share what I'm talking about the process with a simple diagram. This particular point is, just a second, yeah. This is for, again, the grievance handling, what I told, right? So I'm just taking again the same sheet. So for grievance handling, there is a procedure. Like that, each department would be having a process flow. So you have to carry out the activity in this sequence. That should be clarified in the QMS training. So once you have done that, the next point would be to ensure people are they know their key performance indicator. That is what is expected from them in terms of results. That is the job description for that particular post. Okay. So this training is really giving a picture of what they should do, and what are all their activities. Once you have done that, then you can go for training skills. You should have some tests to see that, like, to carry out this particular activity, what are all the skills needed. Then you can have a test with them to check whether the people are having the respective skill to carry out that work. So the training should cover technical skills, where all the technical things would be taught. For example, if it's quality, DHU, percentage defective, and what are all the Pareto charts, all these things would be taught in technical. And operational skill. The operational skill is nothing but how to execute the task in a more professional way while doing the work in a day-to-day basis. It's a daily work management or problem-solving technique, all these things. And soft skills, time management, how to prioritize the time and how they can use the visual displays. So all these things will be coming under soft skills. And finally, behavioral intervention skill. These all other skills can be easily imported, but behavioral intervention, it's quite hard. It's about attitude, it's about teamwork and leadership. So you should have a right people to give the training. I prefer HR person should do that because they are quite strong in giving behavioral intervention skills. Major of the issue happens because of attitude or ego or whatever you say. So behavioral intervention is must. Okay, hope you got it. So whenever I'm saying training skills, how it can be identified? It can be identified through the job descriptions you are giving to them. Unless you have a job description, then definitely it's not possible for you to prioritize what kind of training can be given to them. So please have a clear JD for everyone so that you know what training can be conducted. This is a simple JD we worked out for a sewing manager, production manager in a factory. So to whom he is reporting, what are all the primary responsibilities, to whom he has to coordinate, what he has to monitor, what are all the report he has to follow on daily, style-wise, weekly, monthly basis, and KPIs. So it gives complete clarity. Based on this, you define a skill. For example, to ensure on-time sewing as per the TNA, the person should know what is TNA, what are all the activities in the TNA, what are all the difficulties they would be facing. So based on that, you can design the training curriculum. Okay, so these are all the, sorry, few seconds, yeah. And then you can develop a kind of training calendar, okay. Any training, any kind of training, for example, all the first 4 stages till the quality management system, induction, everything that should be completed in 2 weeks. And the skill training can be spread across 6 months also, but within 6 months, the employee should be 100% perfect in executing his particular task. Great, guys. Hope I answered or hope I have explained you precisely. And then I would like to see if anybody is having a query. Okay, so what sort of training is important to improve organizational alignment? It's a good question, sir. First of all, when you are talking about organizational alignment, you should communicate what is the organizational expectation or organizational plan for next 5 to 10 years. That is very, very crucial. Okay, because if I don't have a picture of where I will be after 5 years, then definitely the alignment won't happen. For example, my company is Skylift Consulting. I'm saying to my employees, like, after 3 years, we'll be in this particular situation. For example, we'll be having around 100 people or 150 people, consultants under us. Then each people would be working in these areas. So I'm just giving a great clear picture to them, which will make them more focused, and then they will do it with more focus, like to ensure like the organizational goal is achieved. So giving a more clarity on the organizational vision in terms of quantifiable vision, and a few examples of the career growth of the people who have been already in the company, that will really make, and it will help to ensure organizational alignment. Hope I answered Mr. Rameshan. Then there is another question. What are all the skills training required for freshers? So thank you for the question. This particular session, I'm covering the training only for the staff category. The operator training, it will be completely different. It will be covered. Okay, I'll let you know when the training will happen. Thank you. And another question: why we are allotting council meetings? Sir, I'm not getting into any compliance. I'm not getting into any compliance part. Okay, thanks for the question. We will get into the next topic, the final one, which is performance-based appraisal. This would be completely new to you, as again I'm saying, but please see whether it is giving benefits so that you can implement the learning. What are the benefits? First of all, whenever you are making any performance-based appraisal, so what I'm talking is not incentive. I'm talking performance-based appraisal, their salary. First of all, it would motivate the performers. Any person who is working in the company, definitely it would motivate them. And it's a benefit for the management also, because you're sharing only for the performance when the revenue also being generated in the company. And definitely assure, if you're going performance-based appraisal, the employees will be getting better remuneration. And moreover, it would help in elimination of non-performers. Because obviously they feel inferior, they feel like, no, I'm not a performing. So definitely you can take a decision, or people would move away whoever is not performing inside the company. So it will create teamwork. As it says, it's a performance-based appraisal. Everyone would want to solve the problem rather than escalating it. What is a methodology? I'm just giving few methodologies that may be helpful for you. First of all, finalize the key performance indicators for all designation. That is very, very crucial. So when it comes to key performance indicators, that should be a quantifiable key performance indicators. For example, you can see all the key performance indicators across the department. For example, marketing, the marketing person, there are 3 key performance indicators. 100% the orders are booked. Whatever the style is, margin, the budget of it is in a good term. So these are all the 3 KPIs we fixed for a factory. Okay. Define key performance indicators for all the department. I'll just take one more example of another department. Let's take quality. First time audit percentage, rework percentage, rejection percentage, final inspection pass percentage. This can be the key performance indicators. So fix a quantifiable KPI against each department. Unless you fix it, like it would be a complete collapse only. So do that. Once you have done that, the next step would be deciding weightage to the performance for internal and needs time to define the entire appraisal system. See, in a government industry, normally anyone's performance is not decided by their own itself. There are a lot of factors which would affect. For example, if I'm an industrial engineer, I have to ensure all my lines are getting 65%. I have to get 100% feeding from the planning. And then I should get the support of the production team. and then the quality team should take any quality decisions as quick as possible. So all these factors would be deciding it. Whatever I can do on my own, it can be an internal one, and what are all the things I'm depending on others, that can be the external one. That weightage should be clearly defined. Okay, hope you got it. Then capturing the performance through performance management system on periodic basis. Whatever the KPIs you're defining, that should be captured on real-time basis, and that should be reviewed also on real-time basis. For example, you are taking a KPI of maintenance, saying that like non-productive time in the floor should not exceed more than 0.5%. You are calculating it, then communicate the performance to the maintenance team. Say that your target is 0.5, now you have exceeded, it is 0.6. It should be discussed in a management review meeting so that they know, and then finally you have to feed forward them. See, your target is 0.5, let us discuss why it has been gone to 0.6. We will also help you. That kind of positive energy should come from the management people. And finally, if the person is performing, please reward the appraisal to the high performers on time. Don't delay whenever it comes to remuneration. Who would fix those KPIs? Top management, senior management, HR manager, and the respective departmental heads. If you ask me, I definitely recommend external consultants to be engaged in fixing up of key performance indicators for your factory. Okay, we talked about the weightage to the performance. Let me give an example. For example, if it's a fabric in charge, the fabric in charge goal is to ensure he has to ensure one of the KPIs, on time fabric should be 100%. Okay, there are internal and external factors. Whatever the activities he is doing on his own, if he execute perfectly, you can give them 75. 25% it can be given to the external also. For example, getting approvals from merchandiser and getting approval for any budgeting for fabric approvals. So all these things you have to give weightage. People would ask, sir, why? I am doing my work correctly. Only the merchandiser is not getting the approval from the buyer on time, or the accounts team is not approving the budget. But you have that particular fabric in charge should take the responsibility to speak to them and get the things on time. The weightage should be given to those tasks also. So please don't plan only for their task. Then definitely it won't be a performance appraisal for the company. It would be a performance appraisal only for that particular employee. That won't work out. Another example I'm giving here, for supervisor, they have to ensure whatever the target has been fixed, they are reaching 100%. Give 75%, and 25%, they also have to coordinate with the planning, mechanic, and quality team to ensure 100% feeding, machine breakdown, minimized machine breakdown, and clearing of quality approvals. So this is how you can plan the weightage. But planning this weightage for internal and external, you need expertise. I'll just explain you how you can implement this in your factory. First of all, you need to have a very strong HR team. I'm not talking about admin team, human resource team. That is very, very crucial. And field expertise is mandatory. For example, when you are fixing up key performance indicators or fixing internal or external weightage, please ensure you are having a proper expert sitting in that particular dice to decide. That is very important. And execute on trial basis. Don't try this particular system on full-fledged from day one. Please always execute only on a trial basis. My suggestion is you can do the trial for 3 months. You can just fix a KPI because you have to fix the key performance indicator. You need to have an entire performance tracking system. It's a big platform. Even for the preparation itself, it will take minimum 6 months for you to get ready to ensure you are following this system. Then also I suggest you can take this for trial in 3 months and you discuss with the team and ask their opinion wherever they are feeling they are not being motivated through this particular system, and you do all the corrections. And finally, one more suggestions I give, whenever you're doing it, don't try it completely. Don't try as a whole. You can first select a factory, so select a department. First you try it in production, or you can try it in cutting, you can try it in quality. Slowly you can increase the number of departments adopting this particular system, and slowly you can expand it to the whole factory. Okay, so hope you had some better understanding about this particular system, and then I'll be happy to answer question if anybody is having. Let me have a look. Is there are queries? Okay. How the KPI monitoring on basis of priority or result basis? How the KPI monitoring on basis of priority on result basis? Sir, okay, let me answer it based on how I perceive this question. Um, there is a priority always with any KPI. Okay, any person or any person would be having a couple of KPIs. For example, if it is a supervisor, there are multiple KPIs. First one is uh, performance against whatever the target is given, that should be achieved. Second one is they have to ensure 100% accountability on whatever they are producing. And third one would be, for example, internal discipline. Just example. So you can list down the KPIs and then you can give weightage to each KPI also. That is also important point. And another question, sir, we set a target of point, for example, on time performance against target has to be 100, but the people have achieved only 95. What can we do? Again, you can decide. See, if you achieve 100, you are eligible for this much of remuneration. I'm just throwing some idea. If you are reaching 95, yes, still you are eligible, but it would be less. If you are going less than 90, then please note that you are not going to get any appraisal. So you can prioritize based on that. And the next questions are why it should be first executed in single department. So the reason why I'm saying it should be executed in the single department is it would take time. If you are not implementing this particular appraisal system efficiently, then definitely it will collapse the entire environment. Entire people would be demotivated. That's why I'm saying, as if you have enough experience in this kind of performance related appraisal, definitely you can do it. But my suggestion, please always go with one department and slowly you can increase to the next department. That's the only reason, nothing else. Okay, there is another question. How to create the structure of HR department on the basis of number of employees, for example, 500 employee. Sir, it will completely different based on the job description. So that's what I'm saying. Always you develop a JD or what are the activities to be done from that particular department. You know the time limit. For example, somebody has to go to the, somebody has to verify the attendance. They have to spend half an hour. So you list out all the activities for your factory, because HR requirement for hostel, the factory with hostel facility would be completely different with the day scholars. So list out the entire responsibilities, and based on that, you fix a kind of time frame for each and every activity. Then you will get to know how many people are needed. There is no kind of fixed name, fixed norms. In Tamil Nadu, the HR requirement would be different. If you go to Karnataka, it would be completely different. If it is digitized too much, then HR requirement would be less. If it is not digitized, it would be higher. So it's completely based on the responsibility. Okay, so these are all the questions I got from the team. So I would like to sum up the presentation. Let me check. I think there is a query in the Q&A box. Okay, sorry, that has been already answered. Okay, now I will go and sum up. As I told you, okay, let us have a brief. We discussed on the grievance handling system. So please note, it's very, very effective tool. It's easy to implement, but you should implement in a very structured flow. It will create excellent bonding between the management and employees for sure. Second one is workforce training. Yes, how can you cover the entire workforce? Regarding the training of workers, I'm not getting into it. That would be a separate session. We will let you know when the discussion would happen. But for the workforce training, again, you can have a structure. You can plan internally based on the job description. You can allot the training. And finally, performance-based appraisal. This would be a new thing which I have noticed in many of the factories. Maybe corporates are doing it, but do it in a very trial basis. Fix a key performance indicator. If you don't have any key performance indicators for your factory, please don't try it. You have to plan that. Otherwise, it would be a complete collapse. Don't give appraisal based on the experience. That is also not a right way. And then in the future, definitely have to link everything with the performance. Then only we can survive. The apparel industry will survive in India, to be frank. Okay. So great, guys. Hope you had a good understanding about this particular session. As I told, we'll be having few more detailed session on HR part also in the future. If you are quite interested to know how the performance related appraisal can happen, what are all the key performance indicators, how it can be monitored, please you feel free to talk to our team, Mr. Ramesh Kumar. He's our marketing head, and then he will let you know whether the e-learning is happening sometime in the future. You can enroll to see what are all the benefits you can avail. Thank you, guys. For more details, you can free to visit our website also, and then you can get all your queries clarified. Okay. Let me check. Yes. Thanks for your time, and then let us meet sometime soon in the future. Please note, be safe. Please give your feedback once you're leaving the session. Thank you.